Hello lads, today we are back on Synergy, and you might be wondering, what were you doing for the past 5 days? And to answer that question, I've been spending a lot of my time tracking down rare items on this server and rare entities. There's definitely a lot of crazy stuff out there, and some of them you can't even get anymore, like these command block carts. I spawned these in way long ago, but just recently preserved them in one of the latest review bombing videos. You can spawn these, however, these are real and you can spawn them. I first got into collecting these items when I was looking to do some trolling. There's a potion of infinite night vision right here. There was a need for having a potion that allows you to basically survive anything. It's kind of crazy. And then there's also a wish.com spectator mode for those who do not have spectator, and now I'm invisible with no particles, which is kind of crazy. And then there's also night vision, which I already had on already. So you can see here, this is the command that I used to summon this in. Basically, show particles, no, show icon, no, because you don't want that annoying icon on the top right of your screen showing that you have a potion effect. It has literally infinite duration. Well, it's actually like 4 years or something. But yeah, it's just a custom colored potion because you want it to be snazzy or whatever. I should have made it like the old night vision color if y'all remember that, because now the night vision is like a different color, which is kind of crazy. Anyhow, I continued getting these rare items, and I stumbled upon some of these ones, which are known as the HELLLOOO. And I was very curious as to how they worked. You can actually hear one of these in one of the review bombing videos. I think it was the witch actually that Mundo played in one of the clips. But I'm like, yo, how do these work? I want to make my own. What if I play like some random ass sounds? I eventually found out that you can make these items by simply making this into a food and then making it so you can instantly eat said food. So consumable, you see consumable equals consume seconds 0, animation none, sound. So you can change the sound that the food makes when you eat it, and you can choose the animation, and you can choose the amount of time that it takes for you to eat said food. So you basically just make any item into a food and then change the sound that it makes when you eat it into a random sound that you want. And also eats like at a random pitch, because when you eat like a normal piece of food, it's like, you can see it plays the eat sound at a random pitch every single time. So that's kind of why that happens, but I still think that's really cool, and so I made a few of those. Oh, and here's the Ender Dragon death sound. I'm really sorry. Anyway, after making a whole bunch of those items that make noises, I decided to go track down a few silly things that I could find. There's these guys. They're entities. They're just huge. I don't know who made them or why. It's actually another one that I found in Flat Map Spawn, and it's these minecarts with blocks in them that are set to a negative displacement. So you just have floating little iron blocks, and they're attached to like minecarts. And so J2Co made this worm thingy, which I think is pretty cool. And there's also this spawner minecart. So yeah, you can spawn these in like flat map. And then I also found this weird half bed thing. I think you can get them with world edit. I'm not 100% sure, but it's kind of cool. You can just place them. Some more very funny items. You can equip it to your pants slot, and then you can fly around like you have an Elytron, which is kind of cool. How did someone even come up with something like that? Kind of crazy. Then you have this gasoline thing. This is also just a food. Then you also have other funny stuff like the chorus fruit. Yeah, I don't... Where did I go? Where am I? There's also this funny thing. They're just... Well, actually they're ender pearls, so missing texture ender pearls, which are really cool. I don't know how this was made either, probably. So this is the aftermath of testing all this stuff. We have invincible things. It's just a whole bunch of invincible fellas. So how this one works is you just give them a bunch of effects that don't let them die and set their health to like 5 billion. And then they won't be able to die to any damage ever for like years probably, so you can call them that. And I also picked a skeleton because they don't die to kill potion. Apparently they do die to this one. No one's crazy enough to have an instant damage 125 potion. I don't think so, or at least they wouldn't know until they watch this video that you can kill skeletons with that. So if you find a Jimin's around, you can do this treatment on it. And also another important thing to mention is you need to make sure that they do not despawn, so persistence required 1B, or else they'll despawn naturally. So now we're in the flat map spawn. As you can see, all the Skelebanes guys. So they burn, but they don't die, and I think that's kind of funnier, honestly. And then after I was asked to make a mob that doesn't like try to kill you, I made this villager guy, so that's kind of cool. Very cool little spawner cart. But yeah, just I'll spawn a bunch of Jimins. Oh, that one has a nice hat. I gotta get these out of here. So it turns out that the server actually disabled skill pots for obvious reasons. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to track down every last one of these ones and get rid of them. Probably using world edit, because you can, or entities, so you can whisk them away with a wooden axe, just like you can with these observers. I guess you can remove them, but no one did because they're funny. And I agree. So yeah, I'll get rid of all these Jimins. Frostwalker, new rare item acquired. Wait, hold on, take these. Yo! Oh no, gotta kill these Jimins now. I'll see y'all in like 5 years.